What is up, you guys? Pete Carlo here. Today is Monday, December 21st, and it's pretty crazy. So we actually got some really good news last night for anybody who is bullish on the stock market, stating that essentially we were going to be getting another stimulus deal. Now, here's the thing. It's not going to be the 1.8 or $2 trillion that everybody was expecting, but we are supposed to be getting, I believe, a $900 billion stimulus bill, which will kind of just help everybody a little bit for a lot of the shutdowns that we are having in states like mine, Pennsylvania, I know LA, New York, specifically. A lot of other places are shutting down once again. However, overnight, we got some disturbing news, essentially, that the Rona is mutating. And what does this mean for us? Because here's the thing. We have a lot of vaccination news that's been coming out that's really great. Pfizer got the okay from the FDA. It's been shipped all over the world. People are taking that right now. As well, just recently last week, Moderna, their vaccination, which has a 94% effective rate, and I think you can actually be 16, as young as 16, to take that vaccination. That was fully 100% approved and should be ready to ship, if not being shipped now. So overall, pretty good news. All we needed was a catalyst, something like a stimulus to help push the economy up. And we're going to go over some technicals and some stocks that I'm watching, and ultimately, should you be selling your stocks? The big thing really is how bad is this mutating? Every single virus mutates. I'm not a doctor, so don't take this with a grain of salt, but the flu mutates each and every single year. When you get a flu vaccination, basically they test for multiple strains of the flu that they think are going to be prevalent and big this year, and then they help inject them with you. And so, of course, COVID-19, I'm probably not going to get monetized now that I said that word, but that is the 19th version of this. So of course there will eventually be, Rona 21, Rona 22, Rona 23, potentially. All viruses mutate. The big questions really are, and this is why I hate the media, that they have to go and pump this and push this out, is how bad is it going to mutate? And number two, is the vaccine going to help with this mutating effects of the virus? So it's like, if you could get the vaccination and then end up actually being fine against the mutation of this, we'll see. The biggest thing is you just got to kind of see what doctors are going to be saying, not the media, in the next couple of weeks, and even next couple of days, and see how bad this really is. We saw a massive market sell-off this morning, and overall, coming off of some good news. Like I did say, that the stimulus vote is actually happening in Congress, and I think right now it actually just got passed. Let me check. Somebody just posted on my Academy. I don't know if it actually got passed, but it should be passed today. It's going to be 900. Sorry about that. It's going to be $900 billion, and hopefully it will get passed. The other big thing is that the airlines are going to get a $15 billion relief package, and they're going to actually be able to bring back, I think it was upwards of something huge as far as the amount of employees that they're going to be allowed to bring back. Airline, let's see, relief package. I think they get to bring back like 30,000 or 300,000, 32,000 load workers. This is what it is. So the airlines are going to get $15 billion in federal aid, which must call back more than 32,000 load workers. So airlines would get $15 billion in additional payroll support under a $900 billion bipartisan RONI aid package. U.S. passenger carriers continue to struggle under the Rona, with travel demand is about a third of it was last year. Airlines received $25 billion in payroll support under the $2.2 trillion CARES Act that happened back in March. So of this $900 billion, $15 billion will go towards airlines, which I was expecting a massive push up today, which we obviously didn't really get that. So overall, there are a lot of good and bad things that are happening in the market right now. Right? For instance, we have this stimulus package, which is really definitely trying to help push the market. It's not what we wanted, but at least it's something. The airlines and travel should, rather than, the news that was coming out today, airlines and travel should actually be up pretty big today. Now, the big thing, and the reason why they're not, is because even with this relief package that is going to be happening, well, it seems like it's going to be happening, will be voted upon today. Overall, if we start locking things down again and doing travel bans, that's really, really bad. We see the UK actually initiated travel bans today. So overall, if we were to go back to how it was in March, it would be detrimental for a lot of these travel companies. And not only the travel companies, but specifically things like American Airlines, which I have calls on right now, and I'll talk about that, as well as things like Norwegian Cruise Lines. Those two companies specifically, if we go back to how they were in March and how things were, I don't see those companies staying in business. They're the two weakest within their sectors. So I'm not really bullish on them long term. I was buying into American Airlines last week off of a lot of good bullish flow and big money flow that was coming into it, as well as the potential relief package that would be added to the potential, at the time, stimulus deal that was going to happen. So overall, the biggest question is, should you be selling your stocks? And for me, I don't think so, right? I don't have a lot of long positions right now because I aggressively trade, and I sold a lot of my long positions a couple of months ago, which I probably shouldn't have done. But overall, there's still a lot of buying pressure here. If you look at the S&P 500, look at this massive sell-off that happened today. So futures were up to actually 3,719 or 372 on the S&P 500, and we took a 3% fade, and since lows of day, we're up almost 2%. I think that we are getting ready, personally, and this is just me in the short term, I think that short term we are ready to take a leg higher, but we are shaking a lot of weak hands. In the world of trading, we have what's called weak hands. It's essentially when people can't stay in a position, especially with options, because they're just losing too much money. Market makers know this, hedge funds know this, so they manipulate the stock to take massive fades off of uncertainty, and then we just quickly recover. If you look at the past 5 hours, look at this. We had this massive sell-off and then a very quick buying back up. So there is a lot of buying pressure as soon as the stock starts to take a fade, or the S&P 500 in general starts to take a fade. So if you look at things like American Airlines, which I'm in right now, took about a 9% fade, and now we're up actually 6% from lows, still looking like it could break out. Look at Apple. Apple was actually today down about 3%. It's about to turn green. Look at Facebook, another one that was down. I mean, from close on Friday, down 3.5%. It's only down 1.5%. Things like MasterCard, financials, I mean, JP Morgan, banks, they're doing amazing today. Overall, I'm not going to talk specifically about the plays that I'm in. Maybe I'll make a video this week about the trades that I'm in on this main channel. But overall, I don't think this is a time to run. Could this be a time to put a hedge on a long-term portfolio that you have? For sure. And that's a video that I want to make to show you guys how would I personally hedge a long-term portfolio. I was talking to my private stock market community on Friday morning, and I was saying I might open an S&P 500 short position for like January or February, just in case a stimulus deal doesn't go through, just in case this things just go bad. Maybe a vaccine doesn't work and there's bad side effects, God forbid. The big thing for me was I was just going to put some sort of hedge in place, and I can make a video on that explaining how to put a hedge in place and how I would actually hedge a long-term portfolio. But overall, this is just how the market moves, right? The market hates uncertainty. We get a bit of uncertainty. I am sure that as long as this stimulus bill goes through, I wouldn't be surprised if the S&P 500 closes by, Thursday, Christmas Eve at 1 p.m. I wouldn't be surprised if the S&P 500 closes at 3,720. I'm not worried right now. What would worry me is if this thing really starts mutating, they start shutting everything down again. But, maybe de-risk some of your positions if you're a trader. Maybe if you have huge profits that you want to potentially take them. For me, I did close a lot of my trades today, but that's just because I was really in the market aggressively, and I either had to close some trades or start adding some short positions. So for me, I just decided to close some of my positions, take some profits. I'm actually was down $2,000 today. Now I'm up like 300 or 400. So overall, guys, no reason to freak out. If you do want to join my private stock market academy, get access to all the trades that I take live every single day, get the live stream with me like this every single morning from 9:15 a.m. to 10:15 a.m., get access to the private Discord and 60 hours of courses and lectures. Then I'll put the link down below. Use the code Academy90 to get 90% off your first month. Thank you guys for all of the support. Thank you for 2020. It's been an amazing year. We're at almost 3,000 subscribers. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and until next time, guys, peace.